Alright, so I normally don't do unboxings, but this is a product I was a little interested in. I've owned a couple Fire TVs. If you've watched my videos, I've seen I have a couple Fire TV videos where I have a Ouya running on them, different launchers, Google running on them, XBMC, so on and so forth, a couple of other Android applications, and I'm a regular at XDA. And so I was very interested to see that they were coming up with some sort of a Chrome killer, or Chromecast killer. As you can see here, this is a Chromecast. I actually bought 6 of these last year when they were on sale. I believe at Best Buy they were $25 or maybe they were $30. But I ended up buying 6 of them, and I use them regularly. I was a Plex Pass subscriber, so I was able to be one of the. I was able to do a couple of the earlier videos on casting, I guess this is the correct term, videos onto the Chromecast using the Plex app. But enough of that. This is a video about Fire TV. But it was interesting to see Amazon release a competitor against the Chromecast. You know, something that costs as low as $35. Lower if you get it on promotional, just like this one, the Fire TV stick. I actually bought 2 of these when they were $20 for anybody who was an Amazon Prime subscriber, which I am. So let's open this sucker up. And this is my second Fire TV stick, so this is the only one I haven't actually unboxed yet. The other ones I've already loaded XBMC, so if you're asking the question whether you can load XBMC on there, you can. You can also load the additional channels if you want to load one channel. Ice Films, Mashup before it got taken down, Genesis, a couple of the other famous apps, Sports Devil. All of it runs pretty well on here. So this is the size of the stick, and just for comparison, I'm going to bring the Chromecast just so you can see side by side. Just like the Chromecast, though, I was a little disappointed. Let me take this out of the packaging. I was a little disappointed that you couldn't just connect this device to an MHL port on a TV and give it power that way. I tried it on one of the TVs I had purchased, and that was MHL compatible, and I plugged the stick in, and I actually still had a plug in the power, so it's not MHL compatible. Just like the Chromecast, same thing. So there are USB ports on the side of both of these, actually on the bottom of the Chromecast, but on the side of the Fire TV stick, where you actually have to connect a USB cable to it, a micro USB cable, and they provide you one. You know, both of them do. Both the Chromecast and the Fire TV stick give you the exact same components, except the remote and the battery, since Chromecast doesn't require that. But they also give you this extension cable in case the port for this HDMI connection is it's a little hard to reach. So if you need something to turn it, just because of the size, this is the best way of doing it. They recommend that you use this little adapter for power. If you just connect this USB cable to the stick and then connect it, and then connect this little USB connection to the port on the TV, you'll actually get a message that says, we don't recommend it. Please use the adapter that came with your device. And the reason for that is that way you can use other options where you can like wake your TV up using the Fire TV, little things like that. Just some batteries here. And a quick little preview at some of the other videos I'm going to be making. I also have a Nexus Player. I have a Mojo Mad Catz. I have an Ouya. I even have a Nexus Q. I have the Chromecast. I have the regular Fire TV. And if you're one of the people who bought a Nexus Player and you want the contextual menu key for the contextual menus inside XBMC, this is actually a good replacement. It's $15 when you buy this one. If you bought the Fire TV remote with voice, that has like the little voice button on the top, that one requires I'm sorry, that one costs $30. This one's only $15. You could use that remote though. You can use a replacement remote. You can buy that separately from Amazon, pay the $30 and use it with the stick to get voice features, because this one doesn't have the little voice button, so you can't do voice searches with this remote. You can, however, download an application off the Google Play Store that allows you to use those voice features without paying that additional $30 if that's the route you want to take. Now, despite what you might think, this actually cannot. This device can't run everything that the Fire TV can. And let me bring that into here so you can just kind of see it. So this is the Fire TV. Move this stuff out. This one's a Fire Stick. Here's the remote that comes with a Fire Stick, and here's the remote that comes with a Fire TV. It's a little bit bigger. If you use a Nexus Player or some other Android devices, you can actually use this Fire TV stick, just kind of like what I just said a little while ago. And for whatever reason, this one isn't working. I just can't get it to pair. But if you bought one of these, again, you can use the voice features on here. But despite what you might think, this actually can't run every single application that the Fire TV can run. I've heard applications and games like Civ Zero won't let you run on the Fire Stick. It'll only work on the Fire TV. So keep in mind, as some games are more intensive than others, you might start having some compatibility issues, or in the Android world, we call it fragmentation. Also keep in mind that this does not have a physical USB connection. I mean, to connect like peripherals and other things, nor does it have optical audio, nor does it have Ethernet. So all these things that you see with the regular Fire TV, you just don't. And I know it's a little hard to see because it's kind of dark, but just keep that in mind. The Wi-Fi actually was one of the major drawbacks. Like I said, I had another Fire TV stick that I installed XBMC on it, and it works fine for the channel stuff, for the add-on stuff. So if you want your Sports Devil, you know, that kind of stuff, you're going to be okay. It's when you start running into the more intensive XBMC, streaming over a NAS, streaming over a Windows share, things like that, you're definitely going to run into problems. I have a couple of MKVs, and keep in mind when I'm talking about my 1080p MKVs or 720p, I'm not talking about the low bit rate, you know, no surround stuff that you see like with like Pirate Bay or the Wi-Fi or whatever they're called, rips that are 1.6 and they're claiming 1080p. You know, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like the files that are 15 to up to 20, 25 gig MKV files. Those kind of things, they just did not perform well. I have a couple tests, and I'll make some videos of it as well, but I set up an FTP server on here. It's kind of hard to do, especially since there is no easy way to obtain root on this device. There is a method that's in XDA that requires soldering. I don't know how long that's going to last, though, just because, you know, Amazon, it's not in their best interest to have people rooting these devices. I have a couple of these Fire TVs. I own about, I don't know, 4 to 5, maybe 6. 4 of them are definitely rooted. The other 2 are just with siblings and stuff. They don't care for the devices being rooted, so it's not really a problem there. But it almost seems that with every update, they're trying to make it less and less possible to root. But anyways, back to this. I set up an FTP server. I believe it was called FTP Ultimate, if you want to look for it. You set it up, and I was transferring a file from a computer that is connected to the network over wired. Of course, it doesn't matter since this is wireless, but so I was transferring a file, and it was transferring about 1.6 megabytes per second, which isn't too bad. It's nowhere near this device, where if you connect a Fire TV through Ethernet, you can get about 4.6. And over Wi-Fi, I actually saw speeds of 2.6, 2.5. And the same thing with my Nexus Player. A Nexus Player over wireless end achieved the same speeds. And keep in mind, this device is also dual band. It's wireless N. And for the most part, most of these devices are wireless N, except for the Nexus Player. That's the only one that's actually AC. So if you want a device that can do Wi-Fi and do it extremely well, that Nexus Player is definitely, you know, the device to beat. I actually have one right here. I can probably show you guys. Just disconnect it real quick. Here's the bad boy. So this is the Nexus Player right here. Here's the Nexus Player remote, and again, I was able to pair this remote with this one so I can get some of those cool contextual menus to appear in XBMC. But yeah, just one of the major drawbacks of this device is definitely going to be the Wi-Fi. So if you're one person and since that's the only connection, it seems, you know, it seems like a no buy or don't buy for me. And I probably wouldn't recommend this on anybody if they were trying to actually stream high quality MKVs or high quality files, or even intensive apps. But if you're the person that just wants to spend 40 bucks or so and have a nice little XBMC player that just does pure streams online, you know, with a couple little tweaks that you can do in XBMC, you can definitely achieve that. You know, some of the caching fixes that I've seen people do, you can definitely get there. So that pretty much concludes my video. I know I talked about, a lot about other products, and especially for a video that's called Fire TV Stick Unboxing, but you know, I just wanted to show you guys that if you're definitely going to be buying this, just keep in mind that that wireless limitation is definitely going to be a drawback for you people, or for the people who really want to use XBMC for more than just for more than just Genesis and One Channel and Sports Devil and XBMC Torrent and all that other stuff. All right, well, that concludes my video. Thanks for watching.